Morning, and we welcome everyone online and here in the room. My name is Christine Duval. I'm a practitioner here at Rio Grande Center for Spiritual Living. All right, we're going to, I'm going to ring the bell to see. I'd like you to help me out with 3 ohms at the beginning, okay? That work for you? All right. Wow. And so as we begin, I invite you to remember God. Just remember God as God is meaningful to you. Whether that is an external source, an internal presence, an energy, life, the essence of being. And consider the places in which God seems most available and accessible. For me, that was in my garden this morning as I picked a bunch of herbs to share with folks. They're on the back table. I invite you to conjure up an image of a sunflower. And think about all that a sunflower is. And what it contributes. Its sensitivity as it follows the sun across the sky during the day. As it offers its pollen to the insects and its seeds to the birds. And to the human community too. Consider how the sunflower drinks in the water and the nutrients from the soil through its roots. And expresses itself as beauty, as a life cycle. a beginning, a time of thriving, and a time of dying. Consider how it is interdependent with all of the elements of nature, with all of the other expressions of nature around it. And then perhaps consider how each one of us is like that sunflower. That our bodies, our breath, our sensory and thinking capabilities our intuitive capacity to be sensitive to that essence of being. And to drink it in. And to be with it and to express it. And to be in interrelationship with all that is. In our oneness, in our wholeness.
Thank you, Chris.
You're welcome.
Good morning, everyone. How are you all today? It's great. I'd like to introduce some of my friends that are going to be singing with me today. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Annie Benjamin. And I'm filling in for Susan because she's on vacation. So she called me, and it's always such a joy to be here. Y'all lift my soul so much. So thank you for being the beautiful community that you are. I have a couple of very, very dear friends who are going to sing with us today and play guitar. This is my friend Willie over here with the hat. And this is his lovely partner Molly. And they live in the woodlands outside of Houston. They're on their way to a songwriting guitar camp up in Washington. And so we have them here today. And you're in for a treat. We're going to play some of their beautiful songs that fit in with the message today perfectly. But we're going to start with everyone singing. Y'all feel like singing a little bit? Yes! All right, good. We're going to sing this beautiful song called Morning Has Broken. Morning has broken. yours. This is based on a beautiful poem by Langston Hughes called I Too. It's just about how we all belong at the table, everyone. This was about my grandma's kitchen table.
Oh, wonderful. That's the best place on
It
earth.
is, and you can have dirty fingernails and it doesn't matter, and the kids' table is the best place to be. When I die and leave my body to this earth, some may cry or tell jokes at my expense for what it's worth. I just hope you don't wear black, 'cause my favorite color's green. Take the flowers home with you, put them there on your summer table, for everyone to see. 'Cause I'm going to the kitchen in the sky, past the black-eyed peas and apple pie. There's ne'er a mouth that's empty, heaven there's plenty of food to be found. Lots of love to go around. I like to think that heaven's just a great big table, and there's always room for one more chair. No one's gotta fight for the best seats. 'Cause the Almighty's everywhere. Kitchen in the sky, past the black-eyed peas and apple pie. There's never enough to feed. Heaven, there's plenty of food to go around. And lots of love to go around. Now in heaven, everybody's got something important to say. An old woman sigh, a child's simple words. Everybody's voice is equal. Everybody's heard. I'm going to the kitchen in the sky, past the black-eyed peas and apple pie. There's ne'er a mouth that's empty, heaven there's plenty to be found. And lots of love to go around. It's not your Sunday that just sit down at heaven's table. You'll find what you need. And when I die, another soul is gonna take my seat. Please make sure there's a place at your table with a lot of good things to eat. 'Cause I'm going to the kitchen in the sky, past black-eyed peas and apple pie. There's ne'er a mouth that's empty. Heaven, there's plenty of food to be found. And lots of love to go around. And lots of love to go around. And you know what? Nobody has to do the dishes. Thank y'all. That was great.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Jess, and I'm going to be doing the announcements today. So there's always a lot happening here, and if you want to get like the full list of events, you're more than welcome to grab a bulletin or sign up for our email letter. I would like to thank Chris Duvall for our awesome meditation today. So our healer for today is going to be Linda Fellion, And she will be available in the room next to the kitchen after our gathering after service. So we have many, many things coming up, and I have got quite a lot to talk about today. So the first thing I would like to bring up is tomorrow is the deadline for ordering peaches from Bosque CSL. There is a flyer on the counter next to the bookstore, I believe. At least that's what I've been told. So if you want to get some peaches, definitely check that out. Our annual camping trip is coming up, August 6th through August 9th. Lisa Kerr has found an amazing spot, the Pelizio Campground in the Jemez Mountains. In addition to gorgeous scenery and lots to do nearby, Lisa says the site has recently been renovated and is pristine. There are dozens of pullouts for cars, campers, RVs, whatever you may have. Each of them has a place to set up a tent if you would rather use a tent. The best feature for all is a huge Ramonda they have. It is twice as big as the one in Kiwanis. The bathrooms are newly renovated and just wow, wow, wow. Details will be forthcoming. Right. Also coming up is our annual Labor Day picnic at Elena Gallegos Open Space. Labor Day is September 7th, so please come and bring a friend. This is a chance for outreach and to show our friends and neighbors what fun, cool place RGCSL is. Details will be on Breeze, okay, and next week's bulletin. Alrighty, next event. So there's the New Thought in the Desert coming up, and there should be more information about this in the bulletin. Tickets are on sale now, and it is from September 17th through the 19th, so definitely check out the bulletin for that. And Friday, we're having the new open mic, so definitely bring your talents and bring sorry, I can't read this. Okay. Doors open and sign up begins at 6:30 p.m. and music is from 7 to 9 p.m. The next thing is Way of Mastery meets today after service at 12:30. And the last thing I would like to talk about is on August 16th, I will be teaching a public speaking workshop here at the center after service. It's going to be a really chill workshop, nothing formal at all. There will be snacks. The workshop is free, however, love offerings for the center are always greatly appreciated. And if you're terrified of public speaking, this is the workshop for you. We're going to go over how to prepare a speech, how to give a speech, and maybe lessen that anxiety a little bit. So if you want to come to that, it's on August 16th, around 12:30 after service here at the center.
Yeah, I haven't taken that workshop yet, but I will try to incorporate it ahead of time. Oh, look at you all. Good morning, Rio Grande Center for Spiritual Living. Oh, please look around at one another. See the awesome people who have come to remember the truth of who and what you are, so that when you forget, they can help you out. Oh, yes, yes, yes. You guys are all here by divine appointment. We say that a lot, but think about what that means. You're meant to be here. You're meant to be here. And so with that, my name is Nancy Bowers. I think I forgot to tell you that. And my pronouns are she and her. And I am a licensed spiritual practitioner, also your office administrator. Yeah. And I am going to lead you in our opening evocation. So settling into that space. I remember this place. This is the place where God is, where stillness resides, where the answers come unbidden, the moment I give up trying. And so as I settle into that place and invite all of you to come there with me, I tap into that oneness that is spirit. I tap into that truth that we are all connected, that our lives matter to one another and to all the people who don't even know us. In this moment, I remember that truth, that we are all living God's life. That one life of perfection. That one life that gives up fighting what is and allows what is to reveal the beauty of its moment. And in this moment, as I admire the beauty of this congregation, of this time together, I know that this time is sacred and blessed, and exactly as it should be, with screams of delight and awe. Oh, feel the joy. So knowing that joy is always available to us, I invite us into that space to take it into our heart and bless it by saying, and so it is. Amen. Oh, now I believe we have one more song by Annie Benjamin, Molly McGillis, and Willie B. So thank you. Let's give them a warm hand.
Day was super crazy. My head was full of noise. With all the I couldn't hear. So I did what I often do when I can't hear my heart. I searched for wisdom in the form of my guitar. I played it, concentrated on the strings. So fascinated by the peace that music brings. That's when I heard the words I needed in the breeze. I had to smile at their profound simplicity. Oh, breathe in, breathe out. Begin to be here now. Breathe in, breathe out. Take this moment to sing your song out loud. I let the music soothe me. It made me think of you and all the ways you move me with everything you do. Your chords and poetry are often my salvation. My soul rejoices at the love in your creation. You inspire me till I have to write a song. I can't help smiling when I hear you sing along. It's good to know we help to heal each other's hearts. It won't change the world, but maybe it's a start. So breathe in, breathe out. one creation at a time. Breathe in, breathe out, begin to be here now. Breathe in, breathe out. Take this moment to sing your song out loud. Sing your song out loud. Sing your song out loud.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Annie, Molly, Willie. You see the pattern there, don't you? Yes, Gilly. Clearly, yes. Gilly could join, but Gil can't. Okay. It's like one of those tests that you take, right? So I wanted to come up and say a couple words. My name's Gil. I'm the spiritual director here. And yay! Okay. So we put together something about abundance. So over the next 5 weeks, we're going to talk about abundance during our Sunday morning, and you get to do a little study at home if you so choose. So we have a book called The 5 Gifts for an Abundant Life. It's available on the bookshelf back there in both English and Spanish. No excuses, folks. And it's 25% off. So all of those things together, pretty positive. So, and I will tell Kamatara right now that she is actually going to be presenting part of this as well when she's here next. So if you'd like to get a book, read through the first couple chapters. We'll start next week. Okay? So that's important. Secondly, before Reverend Kamatara, well, Reverend Kamatara, come up. Hi.
Hold on.
So, you probably know, you may not know, she's a newly minted, ordained minister. And it didn't take her more than a few years, not 90, like some of us. So, very proud of her. We're glad that you're here, and thank you for being with us this morning.
Thank you. Thank you, Reverend Gail. Oh my goodness. Let me get all my toys organized here. I need like a table or something. I don't know. Ooh. Oh, so close. Well, good morning, Rio Grande Center for Spiritual Living. Yay! I love that we say at the Rio Grande Center that all faiths are welcome, none required, and that we are transforming the world with the power of love in action. Love it. And do we just feel so abundant with this amazing music here that we would have Annie Benjamin again and friends. Wow, I feel like we got to have service before we even got to have service, and the meditation was great and all of that. So now I'm going to ask you a really tough question. It's probably the scariest question of all. Is anyone here for the first time? Our beautiful guest musicians, yes. Anyone else visiting? I know it's kind of scary to put your hand out there, but you know what? If our guest musician is the only one who brought friends, I just want to challenge the rest of you to get cracking. Bring some friends. Okay, so let's take this moment where we like to bless everyone that's here. Okay. And feel free to repeat after me and look all around and love each other up with your eyes. We see you. We know who you are. You are the light of the world. You are love on the planet. We appreciate you. We love you. Welcome home. Excellent. So we're going to take this moment now to remind ourselves, even the veteran people who know this inside and out, it's good to have reminders of what we believe, because I don't know, every week Spirit has a funny way of reminding me when I forget. So, if I had to pick out the greatest hits that we believe in this spiritual community, it would be first off that there is only one power in the universe, known by many names, and it doesn't make a hill of beans what the heck you call it. Pick your words, because the thing that can be named is not the thing, if you want to go all Eastern philosophy. God, or you've got the insomniac that stays up all night wondering if there really is a dog, right? That's the insomniac atheist, however that joke goes. It doesn't matter what you call it, there's this ineffable thing. And there's something sacred going on, and it's expressing as you, me, we, us, this, that, all the pronouns. And because it's infinite, and language is finite, yeah, there's the rub. Okay, so there's definitely this one power in the universe, call it whatever you're going to call it. And the cool thing that happens when we know this to be true, then we know that we are expressions of that one loving source, of the all that is. And that also means that we have access to the divine warehouse of infinite possibilities, because this one thing is infinite. And we also believe that there is only love, that what's happening here is either love or a call for love, as our friends at A Course in Miracles would say. And so sometimes we're the ones giving, and sometimes we're the ones receiving. And there's no judgment about that. You just are where you are, and it's great to recognize that and to have compassion for ourselves and for each other. And that's why we're in the spiritual community as often as we can come, so we can remember who and what we are and support each other on the journey. And a final thought for us in this spiritual community is that we truly believe that each one of us is whole, perfect, and complete. There's no rescuing, saving, or fixing, because God don't make junk. So you are an expression of God right here, right now. All right. So now's the time where we typically introduce the guest speaker, but soy yo, it's me. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Reverend Kamatara. My pronouns are she and her, and all the rainbow glitter sparkles you could possibly muster up. And I do live in Las Cruces now. This is my home base for spiritual community. I've been here for, I don't know, a long time. So you've seen me growing up, you've raised my family with me, and all the things. So I love the spiritual community. I'm happy to be here once a month. And we are going to start this message experiential dialogue connection time with a reading from The Eye of the Storm, and it's the letter I, Eye of the Storm, and it's called The Eye of the Storm, Embracing Conflict, Creating Peace, and it's by our friend at Unity, Reverend Dr. Gary Simmons. And I've definitely quoted him. You've heard me say things like, there's only one relationship, and that's with God. Or you're either the way of God or in the way of God. Yeah, I know, it's like, oh, ow, but it's good stuff, isn't it? Okay, so here's a little passage from this book that I actually found for free in a box on a street in Taos. So that's how Spirit, when you're ready for something, it's like, you need this book. Okay, so this one says, a house divided against itself. Whatever supports your ability to be present to life, to embrace, serves all of humanity. This is no small endeavor, and it is for this reason that you must ask yourself if you have difficulty showing up to life. Do you avoid meeting life face to face? Have you become hardened to life and to others? Or perhaps you are resistant to change. Or, wait, there's more. Or are you skillful at avoiding conflict? Oh, darn you. Okay. One response that can shed light on these issues involves your struggle to integrate your spirituality with your human nature. You are a house divided against itself when you are caught between what moves you into action and what freezes you in the moment. Humanly, you are motivated to get your needs met and to feel safe and okay about yourself. Spiritually, you are moved by a transcendent purpose that is selfless and thereby motivated from on high. Your soul's intention is to connect and embrace and serve the divine, regardless of how scary it feels. These two intentions, the drive to get your needs met and the impulse to connect, embrace, and serve, they often compete. The tension created by these two forces brings you to the edge of your resourcefulness in moments of challenge or change. I love it. It's so good. No, it's perfect. It's like the hallelujah. Spirit's like, yes, go get him, tiger. No, I love it. Bring it. So when you perceive a threat or a challenge, your soul pushes you to confront your fears because your fears keep you small and reinforces your sense of separation. But your soul moves you towards challenges because these challenges stretch you in ways that separate you from your falsehoods and dependencies. And what you discover is that you are not your experiences. You are greater. And this distinction, I am not my experience, is the key principle in discovering your wholeness. Okay. Yes. Yeah, lea toro. Okay, but page 32 to 34, if you're playing along at home, Eye of the Storm, Reverend Dr. Gary Simmons, our friend at Unity. You got it. Ask and you shall receive. Ooh, and bless you. That's my on-hold music. Okay. So let's just take a deep breath. And here we are. Because, wherever you go, there you are. All right. And when last we met, I had shared about conscious evolution as we're moving from surviving to thriving and how those take different skill sets. And now we find ourselves in this rapidly accelerated moment of release and expand at the same time. So if you happen to miss that talk, you can go back into the archives and hit it again. But we thought about how to build our spiritual arcs, because the rain is already here, right? Or our container of consciousness, or maybe you could say your spiritual infrastructure needed to absorb the intensity of this time. So I'm just curious, and I told you I was going to ask you this. Did any of you increase your support? Oh, kind of a low simmer. Okay, maybe you still have more to do. Have any of you been practicing this month? Okay, and here's a little secret. Whether you think you're practicing or not, you're actually practicing because you are alive. So you all were practicing this month, whether you were aware or not. That happened. But just to share with you, I definitely had more time in nature. I had more community connections. I had more creative time with music. I had more quiet time for myself. And with that next level kind of living, I've been experiencing this really interesting, expansive sense of peace and harmony because I've got the spiritual infrastructure in place. And when I think of peace, it makes me think of peace for me as an individual. And if you know your music, then harmony happens when I interact with others, regardless of the situation. So to give a simple example, last month I got to have dinner with my oldest kiddo, and he shared unbelievable tales of woe and drama and decisions that only a precious 25-year-old can make. And while I don't call it my poker face, I call it my grace face. on the, wait, that was not a good model. So, even regardless of what was happening on the inside, I did actually listen with grace and compassion, and I was never barbed by the drama because I had done my work, especially the day before. I built up my fortitude and grace. I prayed with my partner, and I prayed with my prayer partner, and got myself ready to show up in my wholeness. And I didn't have to steel my soul or stuff anything to keep a stiff upper lip. I didn't, because that's not healthy. I got to show up and just let it be what it was, with that radical acceptance that everything is in divine right order. And with that next level living, I knew with confidence that I could touch the edges of my old life and not be swallowed by it. And that's exactly what happened. I did not get embroiled in the drama, and I got to listen to and love up my oldest child. And when I got back to Vicente's house, for the evening, I rested because I was exhausted from that interchange. And that's fine. I had no judgment about it because I was at peace with myself and in harmony with Skylar. Mission accomplished. So that really got me thinking, yes, I moved from surviving to thriving, but what if thriving isn't the final destination? What if there is a way of being that is beyond both struggle and success? I think that I might be on the edge of experiencing that, and maybe you might be too. I think my story is like so many of you, that I fought my way out of situations that were draining and unhealthy and chaotic, and I learned boundaries. And I learned manifestation. I learned how to create a life aligned with my values. I took responsibility for cleaning up my life. But once you've learned to thrive, like, what comes next? Because many spiritual traditions stop there. And New Thought often teaches, well, think better thoughts, create a better life, and manifest your desires. Well, yes. Absolutely, and thank you, God, and all the angels, that this is like, yes, wonderful teachings, necessary teachings, but I think not the final teachings. And so I lean a little more into the mystic here, and what keeps coming up for me is Reverend Michael Bernard Beckwith from Agape and his 4 kingdoms of consciousness, which I've shared before. We've looked at them in different classes and whatever, but it's so wonderful to take another look and to see where we are. And I really think that I'm having some insights about the 4th kingdom now, so I just want to share some new ideas. And some people don't like the phrase kingdoms of consciousness. It might be a little too woo-woo or abstract. So some people say they are ways of seeing and being, because how you see the world impacts how you be in the world. Yeah, so these are just different ways to recognize yourself and your own journey and to consider where you've been. And as we go through the 4 kingdoms, maybe consider, where are you at this week? Because I know it's not a linear journey. It's like I could be like a pinball. I mean, someone cuts me off in traffic and bam, I am not my best spiritual self in that moment. So just consider as we go through these, like, what's resonating with you right now? Where are you hanging your hat the most? Okay, so kingdom 1, I like to call it drinking from the fire hose. Life is happening to me, and the world determines my experience. I have no control over it here. I am a victim, and so I'm just reacting or overreacting, and I'm overwhelmed, and I'm just trying to keep my head above water. That sounds familiar, doesn't it? Oh my gosh. Many people, myself included, have spent years, if not decades, there, and some people, that is a lifetime. And there's no judgment there. Because sometimes survival takes incredible strength Sometimes survival is the most spiritual thing we can do in that moment, or in that season, or in that lifetime. And sometimes survival is even a subversive act of resistance. So viva la revolution, right? But let's just remember that in this survival mode, this kingdom one, my spiritual helper, I love Izzy. So in this kingdom one, we also need to remember with a heart of compassion that the first task of a drowning person is not enlightenment. It is breathing. And so like the song, we breathe in, we breathe out, we be here now. Okay, so let's just take a moment to honor that stage that we lived through when we were in raw survival mode. And let's honor the people we know, sometimes ourselves, but honor the people we know who are in that stage right now, like my precious oldest child. Oh, God bless him. So what shifts us from kingdom one to kingdom two? What gets us to pull our head up and to see past the tyranny of the moment or the crisis in the second? What gets us there is when we accept responsibility for our lives. When we're sick and tired of being sick and tired, right? Or Reverend Martha, the founder of this church, used to say, how uncomfortable do you need to be, Reverend Kamatara, before you make a different choice? Well, apparently that uncomfortable. Okay, so at this moment, I discover agency. I'm no longer drinking from the fire hose. I am holding the fire hose, right? I can get into manifestation, intentional creation. I am using affirmation and affirmative prayer, and I am visioning, and I'm goal setting. And that's amazing because now I've learned I have control over my life and my experience. This is where New Thought teachings shine. And I got to take my life back. Absolutely. In fact, Joe Dispenza is a great one to look up on this, where he talks about 3D creation, like in this realm, in the physical plane, in the material world, and to get coaching in that, to speak with a practitioner, to take a class. This is where we get to do that work, taking back our lives. It bridges the gap between surviving and thriving. So the movement here is from victim to creator, from reaction to intention, from scarcity to possibility. But there is a shadow side here. The ego can become very spiritual. Because the ego says, more growth, more success, more abundance, more healing, more manifestation, because you are going to be the most spiritual person, because I'm more one than you are. In the one? Wait, right? It doesn't work, but our precious human egos lock onto it. And then spirituality becomes another self-improvement project. It's another trap, as Ram Dass would remind us, that even spirituality can be a trap. Some folks call it spiritual materialism. Fits in really, really well with, at least in this nation, our sense of hyper-independence. I'll do it myself, and perfectionism. And it's just such a trap that society programs us into. But here at the edge of Kingdom 2, I realized I was no longer trying to survive life. I was actually trying to perfect it. Like, okay, God, hold my beer. I'll tell you how this is going to go down. Woo! Trying to out-God God. Yeah, that does not go well. And there's this tension because it's still striving, it's still seeking, it's still reaching and grasping. So to be honest, that just gets exhausting to keep holding that fire hose. And guess what? That's exactly when we're ready to lay it down. And so we shift. What takes us through the next gate to Kingdom 3 is surrender, where we get to experience that amazing synchronicity or flow. So at this point, there's We are shifting to what spiritual teacher Locke Kelly, thank you Tamara for this pro tip, she connected me with Locke Kelly, who, L-O-C-H, like the Scottish word for lake. Look him up, he's a great teacher. He talks about awake awareness. Like I'm in that consciousness and I am functioning on this plane of reality. Awake awareness in the here and now where everything is falling into place. And it's green light every time because we are no longer fighting to control the universe anymore. So Kingdom 3 is not about creating a better life. It's about having a different relationship with life itself. There's no fire hose now because the metaphor shifts to I am flowing with the river. Or as St. Francis so beautifully wrote, "O Lord, make me an instrument of thy peace." We are those divine instruments. Or from my beautiful days in the Baha'i faith, I think about of what Baha'u'llah said, "O Lord, make me a hollow reed from which the pith of self has been blown, that I may become a clear channel through which thy love may flow unto others." This is where we begin to become, we are the vessel of the divine in the here and now. The hand, the heart, the feet, the voice of the divine. We are the love in action, right? Or Eddie Watkins Jr. sings, "I am the place where God shows up." And this is where we are open with our hearts, our minds, we get to soften our edges. We get to let God do the heavy lifting. So it's not my will, but thy will be done. And then the synchronicities begin happening beyond anything we could have engineered, or my favorite word that I made up, facility-manipulated. It goes beyond anything we could have concocted. And then we get to have this gentle experience that is more sustainable. This is the sustainable experience of thriving because the flow is so beautiful and so bountiful. So let's just take a moment to think, even in this beautiful state of co-creating with the divine, even in this beautiful Kingdom 3 state of flow, there's still a little bit more to go. And that's Kingdom 4. So let's think where we've been and then see what's next. So Kingdom 1 is, I'm drowning in the river. Kingdom 2 is, I'm trying to control the river. Kingdom 3, I'm flowing with the river. But Kingdom 4 is, I am. Thank you very much. Tú entiendes. All right. And can you feel how that resonates with your soul? So Kingdom 4 is what's beyond thriving, when there's no attachment, just experiencing the here and now in this moment such as it is, and seeing the divinity of it. Some folks call this a unitive experience, or that mountaintop, burning bush moments, angels singing, all of that. Perhaps you've had some of these glimmers of God moments. And I was thinking, at least I have been up until recently, that Kingdom 4 was a place where a person couldn't really live or hang your hat. Like, it's great for Jesus, or it's great for Buddha, but who am I to even think that could be me? Even though Jesus said, greater things shall you do than I. And it makes me think of Reverend Jack Blackman. Some of you remember him from High Desert Center for Spiritual Living that was on the west side. He passed in 2020 and was my first teacher in this tradition. And if you remember, towards the end, for him, he was a little more there than he was here, which made planning for Christmas services really interesting because I was their musician, and it was like, oh, okay, we are going to make this happen. But it was a fascinating experience. It was hard to interact with him, but it also was such a blessing. So I really began to think, okay, well then I'll just live in Kingdom 3 in the flow, and that was the best I could do, and I'll take the God sprinkles when they happen. Okay, fine. Maybe it happens in meditation or contemplation or nature, but I think that's shifting. Because now that I'm experiencing peace with myself and harmony, even in outrageous situations, I'm beginning to wonder if maybe that's how people live in Kingdom 4. Not just a brief visit, but building a home there. So what's changed? The external circumstances may not have changed at all, but a sense of identity does. The separate self relaxes. The need to manipulate reality dissolves. The need to improve every moment drops off. It doesn't matter if it's a green light or a red light. It doesn't matter if there's a big boulder in the river or even a beaver's dam. It is just the experience of life. And so the deepest freedom comes when we no longer need this moment to be different before we can be at peace. So my new affirmation as my body is catching up with all of this. Well, the affirmation as my body is catching up with my soul. That's kind of what I'm picturing here. I say, my body recalibrates to peace in this now moment. Let's try that. My body recalibrates to peace in this now moment. So when you're feeling torn between your body and your soul and the conditions and the greater reality, it's helpful. Because after a month of that affirmation, I've experienced such a change, not in who I am, but in how I am. So let me just give you a few examples, and then we're going to bring this in for a landing. So let's pretend with relationships. In survival consciousness, you'll say, I need this person to change. But in thriving consciousness, and I have been here, I say, well, I will change myself to change the situation. And in unitive consciousness, I say, I love this person while seeing the divinity of this moment. So it's not passivity, it's not enabling, it's freedom, it's love without control. Think about this in terms of success. In surviving consciousness, we say, well, I'll be okay when. In thriving consciousness, we say, I'm okay now. But in unitive consciousness, we say, I'm always okay. The achievement may still happen, the goal may still matter, but your wholeness is no longer dependent on the outcome. Or think about it in service to others. We love serving each other in this community and serving all the world. Many people serve because they feel responsible for fixing the world. And eventually that becomes exhausting. So they shift into focusing on how to be an instrument of the divine. Okay, what is mine to do? Which is really important. But it's still a pushing posture. And then comes that deeper realization that I am not here to save the world, because there's nothing to save, there's nothing I have to do. I am here to be an expression of love within it all. And that's just a huge difference. So Science of Mind principles taught by Ernest Holmes states that we are individualized expressions of the one life. And if we believe that to be true, and we do in the spiritual community, then why are we not in Kingdom 4 all the time? Well, to speak for myself, maybe I'm like most people, but I think I spent decades trying to become worthy of that truth. And then one day we discover we're never separate from it. There's nothing to earn. There's no suffering required. It's just Buddha under the tree remembering who he is. It's oneness. There's no separation. The river has never been separate from the ocean. The wave has never been separate from the sea. The divine right order isn't something we create. It's something we awaken to. And in that recognition, we experience Kingdom 4. So as Meister Eckhart, a German Catholic theologian, priest, philosopher, mystic from the 13th to 14th century said, therefore, God must become me and I must become God so entirely one that this he and this I become one is, and act in this isness as one. So I want to ask you just a few questions to set you off on your work this week, because we are practical mystics and you've got work to do, and so do I. So, with a deep heart of grace and compassion, take a moment for inventory. Think about your life now, perhaps just this last week. Can you notice anything you've been trying to fix? Okay, I can hear there's some resonance there. Can you notice anything you've been trying to achieve? Can you notice anything you've been trying to become? And just for a moment, ask yourself, what if nothing needed to be changed? What if this moment is already held within infinite love? What if the presence of God is not arriving, but already here? This week, can you rest in that knowing? Can you breathe when you feel like you're drowning? Can you let yourself be carried away instead of controlling the river? Can you allow yourself to relax into the I am that is, the sacredness of it all, and be the river in this moment? So I wish you a beautiful journey this week. And remember that you've got all the kingdoms in which you are whole, complete, and perfect. And underneath it all, I am the river. Namaste. And after service is done, my amazing partner Vicente will have a sheet for you if you want to take something home for further reading about the four kingdoms, because I know that may have been a lot to process, so it's great to see it all all mapped out with a little visual diagram. The teacher and me can't resist. So let's take another deep breath and get firmly back in our bodies. Because this is our time of circulation. There's no accidents there. This is a great time to connect to receiving and to giving, to know that we are partners on this journey, partners in the spiritual community, and it is time for us to share our bounty with each other, that anything that you can give financially, time, talent, treasure, we appreciate everything that we give to the spiritual community so we can continue to have this journey within these walls and all the ways that what we do here reaches out into the world. So there's all different ways that you can share your bounty. We've got ushers with baskets. We've got the scroll across the bottom where you can text to give. And we also have some amazing music while we get to share our bounty with each other. So Annie and Molly and Willie.
Hey, back. So I sing this next song a lot when I come here because this to me is such a song of gratitude. And the chorus is, don't forget life's blessings, keep loving your heart. So sing with us, please. We've got the angels with us today. So. We are definitely going to have some gospel music here with Mr. Willie.
If you pay attention to
Oh, thank you so much. Annie Benjamin, Molly McMillis, and Willie B. in the house. Woo! And so let's take a moment to have gratitude for all the abundance that we share with each other financially, spiritually, friendly, and all the adjectives and adverbs, the ways that we get to experience the bounty, the infinite bounty of the divine in our lives and in the spiritual community. We are so blessed. All right, it is time for our closing prayer. We have been around the world in 80 minutes. Okay. Let's do this. Closing prayer for us and the world. So go ahead and get in your prayer positions, like we used to say with the kids. Just kidding. All right, we're getting centered, we're getting grounded, we're getting punchy. All right, take a moment for prayer. And we drop into that place where we know there is one loving source. The all that is, the thing that I choose to call God, and it is expressing in all of life as we know it, and even beyond what we can understand. It is the something sacred going on. And knowing that each one of us is an expression of the divine, I speak my word for each one of us here, those who might come to this broadcast in the future, and those who might be touched out in the world who never even know of this center, because we are doing our work and we are the presence of God. We are love in action out in the world. So this goes out into the world. And I claim for each one of us a deep recognition who we are, what we are, how we are. And to have that humility and grace to be compassionate with each other as we're sliding all around in all our human messy goodness and recognizing the divinity in each other anyway, all the time. So I'm filled with gratitude for this time together and know that our work here is a blessing unto the world. And pass my word.
And as I settle into the awareness of that blessing, that we are all blessed because we are all one, that the truth beyond our individual kingdoms is that connection that realizes that what I have to give, you might need. What you have to give, I might need. And together, all our differences create this one whole connection where love is all there is. And so in this moment, as I see each and every one of our individualized expressions going beyond thriving to that place where we know that we are the river, and that it was always all right. It was only ever my fighting it that kept me from the joyous ride that God was trying to take me on. So in this moment, I recognize that God is taking each of us on this glorious divine ride. And that in this moment, we remember that truth so that we have a really good time. And so celebrating that, I release this prayer. I call it good and very good, and bless it by saying, and so it is. Amen.
So you've got your announcements.
Ooh. See, I was smart. I brought up my paper this time because I know I have announcements. I don't have glasses, but I have announcements. So we are so grateful that you all showed up this morning. You online, because I always forget to mention the people online, but thank you online, and thank you all for showing up here. I do have a few things to tell you about. That is that our healer is Linda Filion, and she is through the kitchen to the right. Afterwards, I do believe she does Reiki, and I hear she's really good. We also have our potluck community celebration in the back, but before I let you go, I have to remind you that we do have that class coming up. So there's a book you need to purchase if you want to be part of that. And it's 25% off. And that also there are herbs in the back that Christine Duval blessed us with. So please, please, please take those so that you don't forget that, and we end up with them here, and then, you know, we don't want to throw them out. And next week, we have a town hall meeting, so you all need to be here. So show up. In the meantime, if you need prayer after service, please see me or catch somebody that's got a stool, and we will hook you up so that we can take the moment to remember the truth of who you are. And that is a beautiful expression of the one divine soul. Thank you for being that love, everyone. Have a great week. Okay.
All right.
Okay. We have our closing song and affirmation.
Of trouble crash ashore, and you can't stand alone anymore. Find a spark, a fire in your heart. Let's unite and pour out light into the dark. We'll see change where it reaches, and the power of the people teach us. Hand in hand we stand as we embark. We keep rolling on, we don't surrender. Remember, in these troubled times, together we are turning. It's a turning of the tides, and together we are learning. It's a turning of the tides. Injustice strikes like lightning. It's never wrong to do the right thing. The circle of lies embrace these fights inside our difficult days and nights. As we share our precious gifts, our community spirit lives, giving change a chance to spread its wings and fly. We keep rolling on, we don't surrender. Remember, in these troubled times, together we are turning. It's a turning of the tides. Together we are learning. It's a turning of the tides. Side by side every day, working for a better way. Freedom is for all of us. Always standing on the side of love. Remember, in these troubled times, together we are turning. the tides, and together we are learning. It's the turning of the tides, turning of the tides, turning of the tides. Turning of the tides, everybody sing now. Oh, turning of the tides, turning of the tides, turning of the tides.
Woo! Oh my goodness.
Thank you all very much.
All right. Your affirmation for this week is I am the river. So take a deep breath. And I am the river. Thank you. Have a blessed week.